Alright, welcome back everyone, Zaf here to yet another Soul Leveling Rise video. For today's video, I do have to say, Yuso Hyun's hair is really flowing. Watch when I do this. Do you see how her hair flows? Wow, that's a really neat physics feature. Good on the devs for adding that in. It is a very nice touch to say the least. Lots of physics going on. The hair physics are amazing, but what you're really here for is this right here. That being the reward we got in our mailbox. This is probably one of the best rewards we've gotten in so long. You have your pick at a heroic rune and also a heroic blessing stone. This is arguably one of the best rewards we've ever gotten since you can choose one of these super rare resources. I know for a fact I benefited heavily from this, so let's go over which one you should pick, because if you make a mistake, it is honestly a little bit detrimental to your account. But first off, congrats to Dragonic for being the first commenter on our last video. Here's your shout out, and enjoy your very exclusive Discord role. And also, I do want to remind everyone that we're almost at 8,000 supporters on Netmarble's supporter program. We're going to be the first creator that hits the 8,000 mark. That's crazy. So make sure to support us. The link will be down below. It is much appreciated. So going back to the game, let's start with runes. I think that's the easier option in my opinion. We aren't necessarily spoiled for choice because although some skills got buffed, there's still a discrepancy between them. So if I were to pick one of these runes, which one would it be? Well, we can start off by looking at our skills and discussing which ones you generally should be using, which ones won't see too much use, and which ones everyone is going to probably never get any usage out of. So first off, armor break, yes. These series of skills are some of the best in the game, period, okay? If I had to make one recommendation, it would be to get the epic version for every single one of these skills, because if we look at the effect it provides, not only is the fire rune providing us almighty break, but also when the skill is used, increases critical hit damage by 50%. I believe the rare version was 30, so we went to 50. Let's see what the legendary provides just so you understand the scaling. We go to Conex and then runes. Let's find the rune here. There we go, here it is. So basically, almighty break, but an 80% critical damage bonus. That's absurd. So you don't want to make the wrong choice, it'll be detrimental to your account. So, of all these skills we use, generally speaking, the skills that see the most use are the armor break skills. These are all very good. In order, I would probably have to say the fire version, and then the light version, and then the water version are our priorities. The wind doesn't see too much use because there's not many wind battles we have to face, and the bonus it provides is pretty low. At least with the water version, it's freezing the target, and with the light version, we're getting some defense, etc. But the fire version, in my opinion, is the #1 skill you should go for. That's just my opinion. Some people's opinions might differ, but if you already have this being one of the best skills in the game, you could probably go for one of these skills here. Death Stance is fairly decent. We have a lot of mobs that need light or dark break, so these are good options. The light version is fairly decent. Again, the crit damage bonus of 30%. And also resetting Commander's Touch, a fairly decent rune. The dark version has heavy break and also deals bonus damage to bosses and elite monsters, so very good. I think if you don't want either of these, your next best bet is probably multi-strike. Again, with the dark, light, and water elementals, the water one is actually fairly decent, provides additional break, so medium and weak break. The dark version is alright, providing us a bonus damage stack of 3% up to 3 times, so 9%, not bad. The light version is honestly not as good, only providing us weak break, so this one is not ideal. If you had to choose between any of these, it will be the water version and the dark version. The water version sees a lot of use, especially with armor break. It's very good because Death Stance does not have water version, so that's one option. And if for some reason you have all of those, you can go for the fire version of Vertical Arts. This skill sees a lot of use in battle time, so this is a good option. Or, one of my personal favorites, this skill right here, countering break, is so good. Weak break acts as kind of like a shadow step in a sense. You get heavy break off after you counterattack their skill. This is the parry icon, so overall not bad. those are my choices, honestly. Armor break should be your number one focus no matter what, then Death Stance, then Multi-Strike, then Vertical Arts, then probably Crushing Blow. That's just what I recommend, so do take it out with a grain of salt. There might be even better options that I don't review, but that is my general consensus for runes. Now let's go for what's actually important here, that being Blessing Stones. Yes, you heard right. Blessing Stones are probably one of the hardest resources to get in this game. Going past that rarity all the way to heroic, it is not an easy task, and because they provide such high damage bonuses between rare, between heroic, between legendary, you want to pick the right one. So enough yapping, what do we pick? Good question. There is no specific best Blessing Stone, but there are a few that are super noteworthy. One of them being Pulverize. This is the one I chose. Pulverize is so good. Battlefield time, the workshop, basically any aspect of the game where you do have break effects coming in, you not only deal more damage to broken targets, but your break effects increase as well, meaning you can break your targets much easier. If I had to choose one, I would probably pick Pulverize. It is so good, but we have some other mentions here. I would say Weakness Detection, Boss Slayer, Double-Edged Sword. These are all fantastic options, or there are other options here. There isn't one singular best one. We also have Reawakening. The CDR to our skills is very good. Comes in clutch in multiple instances of the game, so another good choice. Sharp Perception isn't bad as well. I don't know if I would choose it personally, but if you already have all the other ones I mentioned, it's a pretty good choice. Or Assassin's Proficiency, pretty decent. Your back attack damage increases by 11%, so when you use Shadow Step, this goes into effect, very powerful. I wouldn't personally pick Bloodlust. In my opinion, it's not one of the best Blessing Stones we have, so if you have all the other ones, it's not a bad option, but not the one I would give priority to. I would rather pick something like Advanced Dagger Technique, an 8.4% bonus right off the bat, fairly decent if you ask me, basically acts as the Executioner set, but it's a Blessing Stone in its case, so fairly decent. Mana isn't too bad, but don't pick this one. There's probably better options here, but if you don't have any other options, not too bad. You should never get Casca Steel Scales, not good at all. Mana Rampage is not good too. The Blessing, nope. Monarch's Domain is like a mid-tier Blessing Stone, you won't see too much use out of it, so it's not really an option you should prioritize. Wolf Assassin isn't bad, but in most placements in the game, it's not something you'll use too often. Chains of Blood isn't useful for us too often as well, so that's not a good option. So yeah, just go with the ones I mentioned. Pulverize is number one in my opinion. I'm totally biased. It might not be the best. The heroic version of Double-Edged Sword is honestly very good. Let me show you here. We're going to hop into Codex. We're going to jump in. Where is it? I always miss it. Blessing Stones, yep. And let's see the heroic version of that, which is right here. So 3% stacking 4 times. 12% attack. That's pretty strong if you ask me. One of the priorities here for sure. Weakness Detection is good. 12% bonus damage to targets with an elemental weakness. This one's kind of a standard as well. Boss Slayer, 12% bonus to bosses, though it does nerf our dash, but another good option. But Pulverize overall is one of the best ones. 18% to both effects and damage to broken targets. Honestly, so good. I want the legendary version of this so bad. I hope I get it. Probably not, my RNG isn't that good. Well, that's a good option. Again, Sharp Perception as well. 10% crit bonus, very strong. 10% is a lot on paper. So yeah, just go for those options. They will benefit you the most in the game. Again, my priority would be Pulverize for sure, Double-Edged Sword, Weakness Detection, Boss Slayer. Those are the ones that are generally very good. Assassin's Proficiency as well. And if you had no other choices, Advanced Dagger Technique isn't bad, but I would rather get something like Reawakening. This can be used in Battlefield time and other aspects of the game, so this is better, and it's kind of a secondary choice. But yeah, make sure you make the right choice. Do not mess up. These chests are absolutely amazing. I'm shocked the devs provided us this, so thank you devs. Keep up the good work. I love getting surprise goodies in my mailbox. So while you're at it, why not give us that SR bow? I did manage to pull 2 of them, so give us one more. Just give us one for free, come on. You know how happy the community would be? Okay, that's probably too much to ask. But anyways, if you enjoyed, drop a like, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and also if you have any more questions or concerns, drop them down below. I'll try my best to answer you. This was Zaf signing out.